Why don't we start where you introduce yourself and you tell us a little bit about yourself and Pachamama Ayahuasca Sanctuary?
Sure. I was born in Massachusetts. My parents were going through a rough time. They divorced around when I was 2. My mom was an alcoholic. My dad was also an alcoholic at the time, which has kind of led to their divorce. My dad ended up just kind of running off and not being a part of my life mostly up until high school, and so that produced some abandonment, self-worth wounds, and stuff like that. My mom was an alcoholic and always and died an alcoholic death. And she was abusive, physically, emotionally, and psychologically abusive. So that kind of compounded it. And then I went through a lot of other types of abuse, like sexual abuse from babysitters and scoutmasters and all kinds, like physician's assistants. It was a lot. So in Then I finished high school, got married, had kids, and then right around the age of 29, around my Saturn return, which is what I know of it is now, um, I became incredibly obsessive. And I didn't realize that's what was happening. It just kind of snuck up on me. I went from working a normal job, doing normal family stuff, to stuck behind computer screens for 100 hours a week with like 3 screens and a video game, poker, and a job. And I would just lock myself in the office. And it happened gradually, but kind of all of a sudden in a 1 year period. Um, my divorce was dissolved, and that triggered an activation of addiction for me, and alcohol and cocaine. I really had a rough time from the divorce until eventually I started going to AA around 2014. In 2017, I realized that AA was not working for me, or I didn't know what the program was, is really what was happening, but I wasn't getting sober. So I was kind of desperate, found ayahuasca because I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, and found a place in Florida and went there. And after my first retreat, I had like 45 days where I felt amazing. All of my depression, my anxiety, all of the results of the trauma, because trauma is one thing, it's fine. Like everybody has trauma.
Right.
What behaviors and thought patterns and discomfort in life does it produce? Like that's the important part. Now we have to heal the root, but what happens because of it, right? And for me, I was having very uncomfortable relationships with friends, family, and romantic partners. I was abusing drugs. I was abusing myself. And so I went there to solve that. And all of that just on a dime changed.